Hi, Michelle. I'm Ben.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good, yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay.
So you recently started working at Triplesix.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, I'd known the guys for a while, and where I was, I think I was just ready to move on from where I was at Nemesis. So, obviously the shop, they've just got this massive shop now. So yeah, I just moved over.
So where did you begin your tattoo career?
At Nemesis Tattoo Studio with John Anderton.
And where's that?
It's in Stadium. It's not far from Sunderland, where I am now.
So how long have you been there now at Triplesix?
I started in January.
You enjoying it so far?
I love it, yeah.
So when did you start tattooing?
It'll be 2 years ago in April.
You're doing some amazing work for only being in there 2 years. I was looking at some of the photos you sent over, and they're really great.
Thank you.
So what are some of the biggest challenges that you've faced in learning to tattoo and in getting into the tattoo industry?
Biggest challenges. It's all been really challenging. I found it all really hard. I don't know.
Being interviewed by a stranger via Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's horrible. Well, it took me quite a while to find an apprenticeship. It took me 2 years just to find somewhere, and during that time I had like people tell me I didn't have the right image and stuff like that, which is stupid really, because things like that shouldn't matter.
Like personal image?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
It doesn't. I know, it's stupid, isn't it? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I've still got a lot to learn and a lot to hopefully grow. But I do like doing what I do now, which is really colourful and bold stuff. So, but I think I quite like to do a little bit more realism work. But yeah, I think I still got a long way to go. A really long way.
Do you have any plans for travel?
Yes. Besides tattooing, traveling's all I want to do.
Yeah? Well, I guess you're in the right business for that.
Yeah.
Are you doing any traveling in the coming year?
Denmark in the summer. I'd like to do some guest spots throughout the UK, and I would love to travel if I can, but nothing's set in stone yet.
I
Yeah.
mean, Gabe says that Bez is going to send you here in September.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it like working with Bez, and do you have any stories?
Oh, I don't think I've been here long enough to have any stories.
None.
No, but I do love it here. Everyone's really helpful. There's always someone to help you out, and loads of people to learn from. People who've been tattooing way longer than me, so that's cool.
So who are some of the folks that you get to interact with?
Who do I get to work with?
Yeah.
Paul Johnson, he's just so lovely, and his tattoos are amazing. I don't think he gives himself enough credit. There's so many people here. Pixie. I don't know if you guys have met Pixie before. He said to say hi, but he's gone now. So, who does really cool black and grey tattoos. And then there's Reg, who just has his own style, who does loads of colourful stuff. Then there's Pete, who's been tattooing, I think he said 20 years, so he's always got stories for everybody. He's cool. Scott, who's not been tattooing that long, who's still just finding himself. Who else is here? Alex. I don't know how long Alex has been tattooing, but he seems to have been tattooed by everybody. He's got such an amazing collection of tattoos, and he's just got his own style. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. Oh, Stacey as well. Stacey's line work's just unreal. So, yeah, it's all cool. Everyone here is really cool.
Are you a collector as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any work by anyone that we might know?
I've got I've been tattooed by John Anderton, obviously because I used to work with him. By Leanne Mole.
Oh yeah, Leanne's great. We had her on the show not too long ago.
Leanne's so lovely. Leah Mole as well. Frank Lenatra.
I just talked to Frank 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Frank's cool. It is just an amazing time. I'm so happy with it. It's a Queen Bee.
Can you give us a little tour?
Of course. Right. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see. This is Triplesix. Is this any good? These are the booths. It's massive. And this is my little booth.
What's on the screens normally?
Normally they're just like running images, just of different things: animals, bugs, plants, cats, like ladies, all kinds of stuff. We'll have a piecing room at the back, and then just more booths. And then upstairs is like a staff room where we can chill out and stuff.
How does it compare to the last place you were at?
The last place I was at was quite small compared to this. And we all had our own separate rooms, so.
Are you guys in a place where you get walk-in traffic?
Yes.
Yeah? You do
Right.
a lot of walk-in?
Yeah. What
are some of the trends that you're seeing come through the door these days?
What comes through quite a lot? I don't actually know. This sounds really bad, but because I'm not normally booked up, I don't really know what's just walking in off the street. You get asked for a lot. I get asked for My Little Ponies all the time. Yeah, My Little Pony tattoos. I don't really know. Does that sound really bad?
No, it just shows that you're dedicated to what you're doing and not necessarily following what's going on out there. That's fine. Yeah, what kind of tattoos are you looking to do?
Well, I like doing just like colourful stuff, so anything colourful is cool with me. And I like doing bugs. I like doing like things with ladies, like doing flowers. What other? Nothing specific really, just fun and colourful, and I'm happy.
If someone's looking to get tattooed by you, what's the process? How do they get in touch?
Best way is by email, or if they're local to the shop, to pop into the shop to see me.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for being with us.
All right.
You were a delight to talk to. Would you come back and talk to us again sometime?
Yes.
Cool.
Hopefully I'll not be as nervous next time.
Well, thanks for talking with us, Michelle.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Hey, Chet. Thanks for joining us here at Off the Map Live, recorded.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Nice to see you.
So, Mike Carell is doing another Kickstarter.
Yep.
For the I Like to Paint Monsters documentary.
Yeah, it's kind of like the second half Kickstarter, just because the documentary is going so well, and it kind of took on a life of its own. After, I don't know, a lot of stuff happened during the filming of it, and he got most of it done, but it's kind of turned into an epic. Anyway, this is his second Kickstarter project. The first one, I think he got like over 30 grand.
I donated myself.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I got some really cool stuff out of it too.
Did you get your stuff yet, or did I
Yeah.
ship? Did he ship it yet? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're a little behind on some of them, but they're worth waiting for.
I definitely did. Yep. I got everything I was expecting.
Oh, excellent. Right on. So anyway, the documentary just has gotten so much bigger as he's shot everything, and so much more epic, really. I mean, I in the course of the documentary, him filming, I started my own Kickstarter, did the Ego Death Kickstarter, which I got a bunch of money for that, and made this huge crazy show, and so he was able to fly out and shoot that, and it kind of changed the course of the documentary a little bit. just having that show, and a lot of stuff's been happening. So he's wanting to. He really, I mean, he was always into the project, but now it's gone so well and gotten so big that he just wants to like drop everything and finish this thing and get it in all the film festivals and enter it in all the film festivals and travel to all the film festivals and stuff, and pay for his post production just to get it done quickly so he could get it keep going with the momentum of the whole project. So we're he's trying to get at least 30 grand, I think, and I think he wants to get more, but he put 30 grand as a reasonable low end point. But
right, he can do it with 30. He'd love 50, but he could do it with 30 if he has to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but it's almost at 20 right now. It's at like 18 something, 18.6, and it's got about 10 or 11 more days up.
So hopefully, we can give it a little push here. So
I'd appreciate it.
What are some of the things people can expect as rewards for donating, for kicking into this Kickstarter?
Well, I've got some new sculptures, little art toys I'm making, a little bust, a little wall hanging, prints, T-shirts for like a concert style T-shirt for the documentary where everyone's name's on the back, like a tour.
Yeah.
Kind of cool stuff like that. I've got this Cthulhu commission I'm working on right now that I'm almost done. I've decided to offer that as a limited edition print for the Kickstarter project. The edition number will be limited to how many people donate to that tier. So it might be an edition of 5 or it might be an edition of 50. It's like, however many people donate. So also T-shirts with the Cthulhu on it, because I've been posting that since I've been working on it, and it's just gotten so many likes and people are totally digging it. So I thought,
I love that image. It's great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a little less masculine than the normal Cthulhu. Cthulhu's usually like this big bodybuilder guy, and I went more like the alien skinny.
Way creepier.
Yeah. You know me, I love creepy.
Yeah, right on.
If you want to donate to the Kickstarter project, you could just go to iliketopaintmonsters.com, and then there's a little Kickstarter widget. So you just follow the Kickstarter, click on that, and that'll take you to the Kickstarter page, and you could donate and get the Cthulhu stuff or all kinds of other rewards.
Awesome. So, other than this Kickstarter, what have you been up to?
Let's see. I've just been working on commissions mostly. That Ego Death really kicked my ass, and I'm getting rewards out for that still. I'm kind of behind on that, but catching up very quickly. And
how do you manage it? How do you manage all of this?
That's all I do is work 7 days a week. That's it. I don't have a social life. My kids are grown up, so it's like I don't have little kids to take care of anymore, and I just don't leave my house pretty much. And I'm serious, man. It's like I can go for weeks without leaving my house.
Wow.
It's funny. But I've always been like that ever since I was a kid. I've just been in my room making art, drawing or whatever, and so I'm still like that kind of.
The other night we talked a little bit. I heard you talking with Frank Reddy that you've been sculpting. You want to do like a sculpture show, maybe?
Yeah, I've got a show coming up in October at Copro Gallery, another solo show, and what I really wanted to do, but there's no time. What I really wanted to do was a sculpture show of busts of characters from past paintings. Like 3D representations, really realistic, flashy, painted, but I definitely would need to do another Kickstarter for that. It would be really expensive. It'd probably take me a year solid of work to do that, and it's coming up in October, which is 8 or 9 months, something like that. So I'm gonna instead. I think I'm gonna do. Well, I don't really want to give it away yet.
No, you don't have to.
I have another idea for a show in October that'll be cool. That'll have some sculpture in it, but most paintings. But yeah, sculpture's I came from a sculpture background.
Oh yeah.
It was like I sculpted for 15 years before I even painted in oils. I think ever.
Yeah, so, you were doing special effects stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's actually how I found you first, that way, looking at.
Oh really?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, well, even younger than that. I had dreams of like making monsters. But I lived in
Oh.
Massachusetts, you know, and all the movie houses are on the West Coast.
Right.
And, you know, I never had any dedication. But I found your sculpture work on Instagram and was like, who the hell is this guy? And then I found out that you were also a painter. And
Oh,
so that's how I actually found your sculpture first.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I got way more experience in sculpting. Sculpting's way easier for me. It's so much easier than painting in oils.
Why did you make the transition?
I just got burnt out in the film industry. Just lots of artistic compromise. It's very much a commercial art endeavor. Working in film, it's like you're always creating somebody else's vision, and you know, you don't work with people that you really want to. You don't get in a lot of people that have a really cool vision. You know, it's
Sure.
like 90%. You know, whatever sold in the last movie, make it look like this, make it, you know, real safe design wise and stuff. And then every once in a while you get a Guillermo del Toro or a Adam Jones from Tool.
Yeah.
And those are like, if those were the majority of projects, I probably would have never left the industry, but the majority of projects are just stuff I wouldn't really want to work on anyway. So I just decided, you know, I wanted to do my own thing. So just kind of
Become a starving artist?
yeah. Yeah, it's worth it though for sure.
Last night I watched Nightmare Factory. Have you seen
Nightmare
that?
Factory. No, I haven't
It's a
even heard
movie
of it.
about K&B special effects.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
And
How is it?
it starts off, you know, they're all excited and talking about the old days and, you know, in the 80s when they were all rock stars with long hair and partying. And, all
Yeah.
that. And then by the end of it, they're like, yeah, it just isn't what it used to be, man. It's like,
It's so true.
it's like we used to get all the chicks and party at the Rainbow, and now it's like we're hanging around with a bunch of executives, and it just kind of not the same. But so in the beginning of the movie, you're like, yeah, this is really awesome. And by the end, you're like, fuck, I'm glad I don't do that for a living.
Yeah, seriously, man. Everybody, a lot, especially a lot of tattoo artists I talk to, say, yeah, I wanted to get into effects, and instead I got into tattooing. And I always tell them, oh man, you made the right decision, because if you got into effects, you'd be screwed right now. Because I aside from, it's weird, I got out right around the time when I was just kind of burnt out and sick of it, and also that's when, well, I guess in the early 2000s it started really kind of going downhill as far as losing a lot of work to CGI.
Yeah.
You know, so much stuff is done CGI now that it really took a huge chunk of the work out. So I happened to get out at a good time when, you know, it would have been a good time to get out anyway, just because there's not as much work as there used to be, you know. So it's just the way it goes, though. I mean, I always tell people that I think the first job I did, the first major job was The Blob, and I got in at like 86 or 87, like right out of high school. And it was super fun, and there was a lot of money, a lot of time to do everything right. And then it really was all downhill from there. It was like the first job was the best, and then it slowly started going down. Every job had a little bit less time, a little bit less money, and, you know, so.
So you enjoying being a painter now, full time?
Yeah, I love it. It's the best. Yeah, it's no commute, no working for assholes. Well, you know, just being your own boss, you can't really beat that. You know, it's like your successes and failures all ride on you, and it's, you know, you're responsible, and you're, you know, it's all. I'd rather it be on me instead of putting my all into something and having someone else drop the ball, which happens in film a lot. Like you pour your heart into some effect, and then the movie ends up being a total piece of shit, and then you're like, I just wasted 6 months of my life.
Right, and you don't want to be like, hey man, look at this awesome shit I made in this really horrible movie that
Yeah,
you
exactly.
shouldn't see.
Not the best way to present art, you know.
Right on.
It's like having a shitty frame around a really good painting.
I'm sure that happens a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So are you painting pretty much every day, all day? You know, most of the time?
Yeah, I paint like I usually get up and do all my business stuff and answer emails and print out labels for print orders and stuff, because most of my business is from my website, really, than original. I make probably more money from merch and prints and shirts than I do selling originals.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the trend, because originals, they're expensive. They
Yeah,
take a lot of time to make, and
I couldn't afford.
yeah, and
all that.
the stuff that you paint is definitely, it's got a niche market,
For, yeah, for sure. It's not mainstream. That's for sure.
and
The people that buy it though, it's weird with what I'm doing. I guess the people that like it, they love it. My collectors, they fucking love it, and they're like, I'll never sell this piece. They're just totally into it, and but it's not like a huge amount of people. You know
right,
what I mean? So I kind of would prefer to be that way. The people that like it just, you know, absolutely love it. I'd rather be like that than like a mainstream person who's just getting a
people.
lot of casual people like, oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna put it on my wall. Matches my couch.
I'd like to see the couch that matches one of your paintings.
I saw some cool couches that are made out of coffins. I think my paintings would match those couches.
Nice. That would never be allowed in my house. Way too creepy.
Yeah, I know. When you're got a wife or it's. I just bought a Jed likeness painting
Yeah.
of a clown.
Was it one
It's,
of the most recent ones that he
yeah,
posted?
it's the one he just posted.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have the money for this, but I have to get this because it's so good. But I haven't even told my wife yet because she hates clowns. So I'm gonna have to keep it secret.
Put it in the closet, and every once in a while, I open it up and look at it. Ah, there it is.
I've done a couple clown paintings, and she always makes me turn them around.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
clowns
she
are
really
pretty
hates
creepy
clowns.
on the just on the surface, and then you get Jed to paint one, and it's really creepy.
Oh yeah, I had to get it. It was a classic. It was so good.
Awesome. You did a Kickstarter for your Copro show. Um,
Ego death.
yeah, for Ego Death, and it was very successful.
Mhm.
We here at Off the Map Live need to do a Kickstarter because, as you saw on Sunday, maybe our
Oh,
equipment
yeah.
isn't. We need a little bit of equipment upgrade to keep going. You got any advice for someone who's looking to do a Kickstarter? Things you might have
Yeah,
learned along the way?
yeah, definitely. Let's see. You have to. The main thing is you have to have a big network to market to, which I think you guys have. So that shouldn't really be an issue. But I think most Kickstarters that fail is because they don't have a fan base or an audience. They just put it up and they think people are going to find them, and it does not work that way at all. It's like you put it up there and you have to go get everybody. Hey, come look at the page. So
Right.
that's the main thing, and just hit up everybody that has a large following to help you promote it. It's basically kind of a community effort type thing. But
Hey, so I saw you at the Paradise Artist Retreat. I've been talking with Gabe a little, and his question was he wanted you to talk a little bit about the gathering, your experiences there, and he mentioned Gabe Leonard.
oh yeah, what about Gabe?
That's all he said, man. I don't know.
Well, there's some funny stories about Gabe Lennon that I probably shouldn't tell on here, but
No, you don't have
regarding
to.
Paradise, it wasn't bad. It was great. It was just, yeah, I won't go there. But
No,
yeah,
did you have a good time?
yeah, it was amazing, amazing, always amazing. Yeah, it was just one of the coolest shows I've ever been to. It was hanging out. It was very intimate. It was very much like, I don't know. I didn't get the sense that anyone was on a higher level than anyone else. Like the teachers, everyone was just hanging out together, which is amazing. Super cool. And you don't get in a situation like that very often where you're just hanging out with, Alex Gray or whatever.
Yeah, well, there was no like backstage green room for everyone to go hide.
Right.
It's like it was just it. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
It was amazing to have that kind of access to people.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was super cool, and
Yeah,
just the whole.
you'd be standing around the fire talking, and then all of a sudden, like you say, Alex Gray would walk up and you'd be like, "Oh, hey," and you'd chat with him.
Yeah, no, and it's got a good amount of people too. I mean, it's small enough to be kind of intimate, but still kind of big, and it's just got a really good vibe. The resort was amazing. Just a really good vibe all around. Really got a kind of a spiritual vibe to it. Really. Yeah, I came out with Gabe Leonard, who's a really amazing painter. We drove out last time, and he had a great time, as I had mentioned. Um, he had a very enlightening experience. Let's just put it that way.
Good.
Yeah, and
Would you say it changed his path a little?
I think, yeah, I think it was life changing. I really think so. um, and I think we're coming out again next year. It's next year, right?
Yeah, next year, 2015.
Yeah, I think we're both going to teach again, and he's really good, and he's never taught before. So I think this will be his first teaching gig, and he's so amazing. He's kind of like this. He's sort of jumped from selling his work on Venice Beach, just going and setting up. Like, he had nothing except his talent. He started painting. He'd go down and sell prints down on Venice Beach, and he kind of built his way up, and completely kind of passed me up on the successful artist scale by just traveling, selling his stuff at art fairs, and now he's in these kind of big higher end commercial galleries. So he's sort of like just shot up and become this pretty successful artist. But he's really, really great, amazing painter, and I really admire his work. So he's going to be teaching. It's going to be, I would take his class for sure.
That's good advice if you're going to take it.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. He's a great painter. The documentary is basically, I would say, 99% shot, maybe. I'm not 100% sure of that, but he said, Mike was telling me that he could make the documentary with what he has right now, with the footage he's gotten right now. But I think he does want to do a few more interviews. If we could get some more, I don't know. I'm trying to get a couple bigger name people like Alex Gray. We got in there in an interview. Good. Yeah. At the Gathering. That's
perfect place for it.
Yeah, we shot a bunch of interviews there, so it was cool. So he still wants to shoot a few more things. I think he wants to have me come out to New Mexico, where he is, and do another set of interviews, maybe like a final set of interviews to cover what we haven't gotten. But he's just completely, out of his mind, raving about how great this thing is. Like, he can't believe it. He's got all the footage logged, and he's starting to edit now. And he's just like, every day, he's like, I can't believe this. It's going to be so good. So it's for a worthy cause for sure. And I will say, my life has been so weird. I've got so many weird stories that it is going to be entertaining, if nothing else, even if you don't like my artwork. There's a lot of really weird stuff that's happened to me over the years. So it'll be entertaining. Good weird things.
Good weird? Yeah, because I don't want a bad. Well, bad weird's okay sometimes, but
there's a few bad weird, but mostly good weird.
Okay. Well, I guess you got to throw a little bad weird in there once in a while.
Yeah. Otherwise, the good weird doesn't have the, it's the yin and the yang.
That's right.
Gives it value.
No, it's true. All right, man. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
All right. Say hi to everybody.
I will. Talk to you again soon.
All right. See you later.
Thanks, man. So, Brian, you're in Paris. Tell me what you've been up to.
We've been having a lot of fun in Paris. It's been a huge show. There's a whole lot of great artists here. I've met a lot of different folks. One of our favorites that we've met is Ed Perdomo.
Hello, Ed.
This is Ed. Ed does a lot of great, colorful, illustrative work. I don't know that he likes the labels, but he won yesterday. Ed won best large color for a whole leg piece, a whole leg sleeve almost.
Yeah, it actually goes to
up to the ribs.
Rib cage.
Right.
Wow.
So there's all sorts of I've met people from all over the world here. It's a fantastic show. The production here is amazing. They've had live bands every night. The tattoo contests have been full of great tattoos.
Are you getting any sleep?
No, I'll sleep tonight, I'm sure.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It's the closing night of the show, right?
They're striking the show as we speak.
Yeah, so you should actually be going out and partying.
Perhaps.
That's what you're there to do, right? No.
We're
All right,
parties.
well, Ed, it's nice to meet you. we've never met before. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm a nice guy. I've been traveling quite a lot, but I settled down in Sweden for a while. I don't know, man. Ask me.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Oh yeah, I'm originally from Colombia. I left my country maybe 15 years ago or so. Started traveling, lived a few years in China, and then I moved to Europe. I've been around quite a bit.
How long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing more or less 19 years, probably.
Did you start in Colombia?
I started in Colombia. I was what you guys will call a scratcher for a while. And I don't know, lately people have been telling me that I got it right.
Well, from what I've seen, I think you have, for sure. Can you tell us a little bit about your travels?
Well, I used to travel a lot, but I stopped it now. I got a family and settled in Sweden. I used to travel just like, I don't know, exotic places, meet new people, maybe learning more about the culture and could apply for my tattooing. When I went to live to China, what I wanted was to learn more about Asian tattoos and became good at it. And for some weird reason, I became very cartoony and it just didn't happen how I planned it, but it was good. It was good for me.
How long were you in China?
Only 2 years.
How is living in China different than living in other places?
It's different to live in anywhere.
Yeah.
It's so different. People is nice, it's very polite, but it is different. You never feel like you belong, even though it's a nice place.
Do you speak? How many languages do you speak?
I only speak Spanish. I try to speak English, and I think I forgot my Portuguese, but that's about it.
So, was it hard living in China, only speaking Spanish and some English?
Actually, I learned English in China.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It was learning English or learning Chinese, and I went for English.
So where did you say your home base is now? Where are you living now?
Say again?
Where are you living now?
I'm now living in Gothenburg, Sweden.
So is that where you do you travel much from there, or are you usually home?
No, now I'm home most of the time. Paris is the only convention that I do. To me, it's the best convention I've ever been.
Good.
So we were talking about how Ed is from Sweden, and that's mostly his home base now.
Oh, okay. So Ed, do you own a shop there?
No, I don't own a shop. I've been working for a studio called Haiti High for a few years now. Say again?
If someone was to want to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
Email me through my webpage or the TattooNOW profile.
Gabe was telling me that you were one of the original candidates for Off the Map. Is that
Yes.
something you remember?
Yes, I do remember. Unfortunately, being Colombian is not quite easy. Getting visas and stuff for the States is really complicated.
Oh, okay. I see. So what are some of your plans for the future? Are you doing any more traveling at all, or are you just going to stick with the one convention?
My plan is to relocate myself in 2 years, probably, in Canada. I still don't know where, just that we're gonna move.
What's the attraction of Canada?
Oh, my wife is Canadian, and I don't know. It's not here. You know what they say, there is always better than here.
Right, the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
So
Once
you
you're
don't.
there, as we can hear.
Canada's pretty huge. Do you know if you're going to be on East Coast, West Coast?
I don't know. I'm gonna do guest spots in few studios through the country until I find out which place seems the best one to open a studio.
Any chance you'll make it down to the United States?
Well, once being in Canada is close enough, so I could visit the States if they let me through the through the border.
We can sneak you in.
We'll try that one.
There's tunnels.
Is it?
So can you guys give me a little some of the highlights from the show?
You have to do that.
Oh boy. The whole thing has been, I know it sounds funny, but the whole thing's been a highlight for me. I mean, I can tell you my personal highlights because I pay attention to I kind of talk to individuals more than I focus on the events of the show. There have been some good music here. There's been some good music. I don't know the acts because I think that they're more European, but there's been some good music. Like I said, the tattoo contests are great. There's a lot of good tattoos being done. For me, I got to meet a lot of artists that I hadn't met before. I officially met Robert Hernandez, who I had met briefly once before. I met Philip Liu and spoke with him for a little bit. I got to know Aaron Bell a little bit better. I spent some time speaking actually while Ed was getting tattooed. He was getting tattooed by Steve Moore, so I got to speak with him for a little while. He's fantastic. He did an amazing tattoo on Ed.
What did you get?
Such a nice guy. I get a sacred rabbit or sacred hare. It's called, yes.
A sacred
hare?
rabbit?
Sacred
Yeah,
hare.
and it has the halo of it is all carrots.
Yeah, it has a mandala made out of carrots. It was just amazing.
Really good.
There's no way
What?
we can see that, is there?
No?
No? Can you send me a picture? If you could send me a picture.
My sexy leg.
Yeah. Bust out the sexy leg.
Can you get it?
You gotta stand still for a sec. Hey Brian, send me a picture of that. That way I'll put it up when I rerun this.
I'll put a picture. Yeah, I'll send a picture.
That would be great. Thanks for sharing.
So for me, I mean, I think those are some of the highlights for me is getting to know a few new people, getting to talk to new people. There's more people that I spoke to, but I think the folks I named it was pretty fun for me to get to meet them finally, put a name to a face.
Okay. And Ed, how many tattoos did you get done?
Only the Steve Moore. I spent the rest of the time tattooing.
No, how many did you do yourself?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. One Saturday and 2 today. Yes.
So you had a pretty successful convention?
Yeah, it was a good convention.
Good.
I love this convention. To me, it's the best
Well,
ever been.
What makes it the best?
The best I ever been.
What makes it the best?
Well, how serious it is, how well organized it is. Even though it's a big convention, it doesn't feel like a fair, which it could happen to some conventions. I know many European conventions that are competing to be the biggest one, but it just seems like a fair, not in a place for artists, you know. I don't know if I explain myself. But,
Yeah.
It is very serious. It is Paris. It's charming, and it brings the top-notch tattoo artists. I mean, it's just it's amazing.
The other thing that I think I was struck with here is, it's very international. There's people from all over, and a lot of people from all over. Not just it's not like 200 French artists and 100 artists from some other places. I think that there's over 300 artists here, and they really are from all over. There's a bunch. There's certainly people from the U.S. and Canada and France, but I mean, a lot of countries are represented here.
That's good. That's something we don't really get enough of over here.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, thanks for talking with me.
It's like that. It's an actual international convention.
Yeah, definitely.
The set with the Japanese artists that was really nice, really well, with the traditional tabori tattoos. It has everything. Even the guys doing the biking stuff.
Yeah, so they have setups for the traditional tabori tattoo.
Oh.
So most people are in booths, but they have like riser sets. So they're just set up so they can work on the floor rather than the way that we would traditionally have tattooing done.
Cool. Well, any final parting words, gentlemen?
We're done, so we get to go have dinner at a regular dinner hour. And
All right.
have a couple and maybe get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Well, hey, thanks for talking with us, Ed, and Brian. I'll see you when you get home.
See you soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome back anytime, man. It was good talking with you.
And nice, thanks. Bye.
People buy it. It's bootlegged all over the place. It's just kind of a fact of life. Everything's bootlegged, from music to art to everything. I mean, I take tattoo seminars and stuff, and it's we all want to learn. you know, and DVDs are all part of that, you know. I mean, when I do my seminars, the DVD will come with the seminar, you know, and then we'll also sell them, you know, besides the seminars. But it's a good thing, man. It's we all want to learn from each other, and it makes us all better artists, you know. And other guys get better, other tattoo artists get better, and that makes me want to get better. And we all push each other, you know. And that's what it's all about, you know. And it keeps it fun and exciting, and you know, you never stop learning. And if I can keep learning myself, man, that's what keeps it fun and interesting.
Can you tell me a little bit about, you recently moved to Timeline. Can you tell me how that came about and how you're enjoying it?
Yeah, you know, I've been spending a lot of time out in California in the last couple of years, and kind of slowly spending more and more time. And I was just out there for 6 weeks and avoided most of this fucked up winter we've had, man. Going back, yeah, this Friday the 14th, I'll be back there for about a month. And but the last trip I was there, I was working on Timeline almost every day, but yeah, we've talked about it for the last year at least. It's like, you know, you should just work here full time, you know. And I'm like, I know, man, fuck, I should. And so this last trip, I decided to, it's like officially be a part of the crew there. So
who's on the crew over there?
Right now it's Carlos Torres, Alan Padilla, Jed, Josh Duffy, Sergio Sanchez, Ryan Needles. God, I got such a big crew there. And
so do you got anyone over there that knows how to do black and gray?
no, it's all color guys. That's why they wanted me, because I'm the only guy who does black and gray. But also then Yoichi, a Japanese dude, and they're all fucking amazing. It's like, yeah, it's just a black and gray mecca, you know, in that one shop. But also they, you know, well, Yoichi's doing a lot of color. He does a lot of really awesome Japanese work, obviously, you know, but just top notch, amazing work, you know. And Sergio is more of a black and gray guy. Needles does color and black and gray. Ryan Needles, probably a little more on the black and gray side. Josh Duffy is pretty much mostly black and gray. Alan Padilla is pretty much black and gray.
Mm-hmm.
Torres is all black and gray. You know, Carlos trips me out because he does all black and gray tattooing, exclusively black and gray, and then his paintings are like all just color.
Yeah, super rich oil paintings.
Yeah, just amazing. I mean, he's might be my favorite oil painter, you know. And but it's weird. He's got these two different worlds he lives in, you know. Color, oil painting, and black and gray tattooing. And he like you would think he'd get into more color tattooing because of his painting, and kind of, you know, you kind of apply, you just sort of feed off each other. Each medium seeps into the other medium, usually with most people, you know. But with Carlos, he keeps it separate, which is awesome.
You're gonna let him teach you how to oil paint?
Yeah, I do. For years, I've been talking about learning how to paint, and Carlos, you know, he's offered to help me. Everybody, and Nico and Jeff Gogway's been trying to bug me to get out to his shop for years now, and it's like, dude, you know, like I want to learn some basics maybe, and then come out. He's like, oh, fuck that, you don't need to, just come out.
Yeah, man, dive right in.
Yeah, and I got my dad, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's in your genes, you know. Your father's an amazing, accomplished painter.
Yeah.
You should be able to pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah, and, I mean, you know what it is, dude? It's fucking laziness, you know. As I get older, man, I've really become a better procrastinator as the years roll on, and I'm an awesome procrastinator, and I'm one of the best that I know. You know? So, and it's, you know, and I'm trying to do more art, you know, and I draw with pencil and charcoal. So whenever I do art, it's like, all right, I want to do something new. I can do that because I can do it now. I want to get a new piece of art out, a new Sullen shirt or whatever. And painting's going to be a whole separate thing on the side. I'm trying to play guitar more, you know.
Yeah, there's just not enough hours in the day to do it all, man.
It's not. And I want to tattoo more. And this year, and actually I have to tattoo more. because I'm going to be working out there more. And
You can't get away with as much as you do at your own private studio.
no, I've been fucking off for the last 5 years. Like, I work enough to pay the bills, and make enough money, but buy a new guitar every now and then and stuff. And just, I love going to concerts. And summertime, I really fuck off a lot. I'd really just make enough to pay my bills and be happy and buy the stuff I want to buy. And I don't save a dime, So this year, I'm going to be going back and forth. I want to get a place in LA now too, and then keep my house in Detroit. It's so cheap to live here, and I don't want to completely move out of Detroit, but I want to I'm thinking maybe 7 months in Cali, 5 months in Detroit, and then go back and spend my winters out there, my summers in Detroit.
Save the nice weather, the Detroit and the nice weather, and
yeah,
never see a winter again.
Yeah. You can't beat summertime in Detroit, and I like the summers in Detroit better than the summers in Cali.
Oh yeah,
it's warmer. But the winters out there, this winter's been amazing out there, and I'll come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I still want to come home maybe 1 week out of the month for most of the months, except for January. I want to be gone the whole fucking month, and most of February.
Yeah, right.
And most of March, but
So are you gonna be keeping pretty regular hours at Timeline?
Yeah, like I'll probably work 5 or 6 days a week while I'm out there. And, I've noticed that, like, this last trip I was out there this winter, I worked a lot, worked more than usual. And, like, I worked as much as I could if I had other stuff going on or whatever. But it felt really good to work 5 or 6 days in a row, which I haven't really done in a long time. I may work 3 days 1 week, 2 days 1 week, 4 days 1 week, but 5 or 6 days, and it just feels great to work more, and I feel more productive, and I love tattooing, man. So
yeah,
I just want to fucking work more. And being out there, it's so inspiring to be in that shop. I come in every day, and Torres is working on some giant fucking work in progress, and Josh Duffy's doing 2 big amazing tattoos in one day, or he's got stuff in progress he's working on all the time, and same with Sergio and Alan Padilla. Like everybody, I walk in and everyone's doing something totally amazing, and it really inspires me to, and like I really look forward to going in there. It's like, God, I get to go to work tomorrow at Timeline, it's like really exciting about working there.
It push you a little bit,
Yeah, it's a kind of a kick in the ass for me.
And the more you work, the more you'll appreciate the time that you do get to fuck off, as opposed to just taking it for granted.
Yeah, totally, I mean, I go to too many concerts. I gotta,
no such thing.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You got to do what you love, right?
Yeah, you got one life to live. I'm 51. I'm not getting any younger, so you got to enjoy life, man. I have so many friends who just work their ass off, and they work 6-7 days a week, and you're kind of just working your whole life, and you're missing out on stuff you could be doing. And although some people, they'd rather be working than doing anything else, so it's however you enjoy life, you should be doing it. So,
agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for sure. So are you booking appointments through Timeline? If someone was looking to get an appointment with you, how are you booking your appointments right now?
Right now, yeah, like a Timeline, you can email info at Timeline or whatever, and Carlos Torres' brother George books all Carlos's appointments, and he's been booking some from me too when I'm there.
Awesome.
And also, you can email me on my website, and
well, I know I take care of some of those.
This dude named Ben's been. So you could either you could email Timeline or you could email directly on my site, and you could try both. If you want to get an appointment at Timeline, you could email them or me. If you want to get an appointment somewhere else at a convention or in Detroit, email my website, and yours truly there I'm staring at right now will be
and just so people know, you are booking black and gray, not booking full color back pieces. You're not booking bio, right? You're looking for appointments that are in your style.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you go to my website, and look at all my galleries, you can kind of get an idea what my style is. I'm not doing color. I don't rule color out 100%, but I kind of do it for my friends, or I may add a little bit of touches of color in a black and gray piece. But there's too many amazing color artists out there, and I'm really out of touch with color because I prefer black and gray. And I did a ton of color when I started, but I phased it out because I wanted to. So I do black and gray. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. And if you want a full color piece, go to a guy who specializes in it, and you'll get it. It'll be 1,000 times better than what I would do, you know. So, but mainly what I really love to do is portraits. I love doing celebrity portraits or musicians or just anybody really interesting. And I like doing family portraits too. But I really prefer like really good photo reference.
Yeah.
The only thing with family portraits, people are sending you pictures that they took with really bad lighting, and or I just did one last week, which I'm trying not to do anymore, from a fuzzy, grainy picture, and it's all they had, and it's really hard to do, man. And I usually pull it off in the end, and I try to make the tattoo better than the photo because they're just really hard to do. I don't enjoy them. It's more work. So like any really killer portrait with really good reference is my absolute favorite thing to do. I also love doing freehand horror stuff. Monsters, I'm a big horror fan. Skulls, I love doing skulls. If you go to my website, you'll see a bunch. And I could do a skull every day for the rest of my life and not get sick of it,
And the conventions, what are you looking to do at conventions? If someone wants to find you at a convention, what's the best way to probably, what's the tattoo that you're looking to do when you're at a convention?
Conventions they've gotten harder to work over the years. There's too many distractions. So I'd rather do something I know I can finish. If it's a really big, involved portrait, then I might. It depends what convention I'm at. Some conventions will let you work till 3 a.m. But sometimes you're at a convention center and they're closing down at 10 or 11 o'clock. Like whenever it closes, they shut it down, they shut the lights off, and you're fucked. So those kind of conventions, I'd rather do like a skull or like a portrait, a face portrait. It's not going to be too crazy. That might take me 5 to 7 hours that I can finish. Anybody wanting if they want a back piece or a sleeve or a half sleeve or something more involved, I'd rather do those in the shop.
Have you worked on any large scale pieces recently? And if someone wanted to really, like a long project, ideally, what would that situation be?
I did a handful of back pieces, but it's been years. And those were all done in Detroit. I had out of town people come in and they were done over time, over a few sittings. So people would fly in or drive or whatever. And then I had some local people did some on, but I've probably done 6 or 7 back pieces in my career. And it's been 7, 8, 9, 10 years since I've done one actually. And sleeves, I've done some sleeves. I've worked on sleeves I kind of pieced together over time, and we just add a new piece here and there. If I was doing a sleeve back piece, something that's going to take maybe 40 hours, anywhere from 30 to 60 hours. It depends. Photorealism stuff takes longer, so if it's a sleeve of all portraits and stuff, it's definitely going to take a lot longer. A freehand thing would be less time, but either way, it's going to be a 2 to 5 sittings maybe. A back piece for me would be probably, I would say 4 to 6 sittings the way I work. So you could if somebody's, say I'm working in a timeline in California, somebody wants to fly from New York or something, you could fly out and I could work on you 2 days in a row maybe. Or you could just come out and do one long sitting. But you probably have to space them out. It'd be better to, at least 2 weeks in between sittings. And say I'm tattooing a timeline, somebody in LA, I'm doing a back piece. We could schedule every couple of weeks,
Right.
until it's done, or however once a month. Yeah, it could be a few months to get it done, or it could be a year. You know, like last time I got tattooed from Paul Booth, we did my stomach and ribs, the whole area, which was probably bigger than the size of the back piece. And you know, I was flying from Detroit to New York. You know, we did like 5 sittings over a year. It took like a full 12 months to finish it. So, and you know.
Yeah, I've read through plenty of emails where people are like, yeah, hey, I'm going to be in town for one day. I want to get a full back piece from Bob. Is that possible? You know, so I just wanted to clarify that and kind of put that out there so that people would know.
Philip Lou could do that, but yeah.
Maybe you should do a Philip Lou collaboration tattoo.
That would be like amazing.
Hey, we can dream, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for sitting down with me and going through all this interview. This has been good.
Thanks for putting up with me, and
it's always good to talk to you. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, brother.
All right, take it easy, man.
Okay. Bye.
Surprise myself. This happens to everyone. Couldn't we sing his song or put a record on? It's not a sad escape. Black was our colorway. Just like she always said, energy has to live. It cannot be destroyed like batteries in a toy. Well, you can live inside your head and be the stories that you read. Before the pen hits the paper, you might surprise yourself. This happens to everyone. If you live long enough, you'll see it happen to everyone around you, including me. This happens to everyone. If you live
Well, last kind words I heard my daddy say. Lord, last kind words I heard my daddy say. If I get killed, please don't bury my soul. I'd rather you leave me out, let the buzzards eat